Liam, the human farmer, came to the alien market with a simple goal. He wanted to buy a cow for his small farm. The morning was bright, the road was noisy, and the market looked crowded with aliens from many villages. But the moment Liam stepped inside, something felt wrong. The air felt heavy, the colors looked dull, and the voices around him sounded tense. He expected the smell of animals and the laughter of traders, but instead he heard a soft trembling sound from somewhere. Close, a child was crying. Liam stopped walking. His ears followed the sound. He turned left, then right, pushing past tall alien stalls filled with glowing fruit, strange metals, and long pieces of fabric. The crying grew louder. He felt his heart pull him toward it. He did not know why, but he could not ignore it. His feet moved on their own. He walked behind a row of large wooden crates and saw her, a tiny alien girl sitting on the ground, holding her knees close to her chest. Her hair was messy, her face was pale, and her eyes were full of tears. She did not look up even when Liam came closer. No one else stood near her. The whole market moved around her like she did not exist. Liam knelt down slowly. He spoke gently. "Hey, are you hurt? Why are you alone here?" The girl shook her head at first, but her small voice broke through her trembling lips. My mom will not live today. This is her last day." Liam felt a cold shiver travel down his spine. He looked around hoping someone would help, but every alien avoided his eyes. Some even turned their backs quickly, as if looking at the girl was a crime. Liam tried again. "Tell me where she is. Maybe I can help." The girl wiped her tears with her thin sleeve and pointed at a large iron door behind them. The door was old, covered with scratches and sealed with strange symbols. Liam frowned. Why is she behind that door? Why is no one helping her? The girl whispered, "They are scared. They think she is cursed. They think she will spread the sickness. They told me not to go near her. They told me to forget her. But I cannot. She is my mom." Liam felt anger rise inside him. Not at the girl, not at the mother, but at the entire market for abandoning a child in pain. He stood up and walked toward the iron door, but before he could touch it, the girl suddenly grabbed his hand. Her grip was small but desperate. "Please, human, do not open it. They will shout at you. They will stop you. They will blame me again. Please do not get hurt." Liam looked down at her. Her eyes were wide with fear and sadness. She had been alone for too long. He placed a gentle hand on her head and said softly, "I am not afraid. I cannot leave someone suffering behind that door." She tried to speak again, but her voice broke. "No one listens. No healer came. No neighbor came. No one wants to be near us." Liam nodded slowly. "I am listening. That is why I am here." Stepped closer to the iron door. The metal felt warm under his hand, which was strange because the wind outside was cold. He heard faint, weak breathing from the other side. The girl stood behind him, shaking her head. Her voice cracked. "Please, please, human. If you get sick, I will have no one left in this world." Liam looked back at her. "I promise you I will not leave you alone." He pushed the door slightly, but it did not move. He pushed harder. This time it made a low, deep sound like the room inside had been closed for many years. The crowd behind them suddenly went silent. Eyes watched him full of fear. Some whispered, "Stop the human. Do not let him open it." But no one dared to come close. Liam placed both hands on the door and pushed with all his strength. The door gave in, slowly opening into darkness. A warm, painful smell rushed out like smoke. The girl gasped and covered her mouth. Liam stepped inside, his heart beating fast, his mind focused on only one thing: the person who needed help. The girl stayed at the doorway, her small voice trembling. "Liam, please do not go inside. Please, she is not safe." Liam looked back once more and said, "I will bring her back. You are not alone anymore." He stepped fully into the dark room, and the market behind him fell silent. Liam stood in the middle of the alien market, holding his small bag of coins and looking at the tiny alien girl who kept her face down. The market around him was loud and busy, but it was like every sound disappeared near her. The people walked fast. The traders shouted, the carts rolled, but around the girl there was only silence and fear. Liam took a small step toward her, and the girl quickly grabbed his hand. Her fingers were cold and shaking. She looked up only for 1 second, and Liam saw red. Eyes full of tears. She whispered with a voice so weak that it sounded like a broken breath. "Please do not open that door, human. Please do not look inside. My mother will not make it till night. Her last day was today." Liam felt something heavy in his chest. He wanted to know more, but the girl shook her head fast as if she was afraid someone might hear her. He bent a little to speak gently and asked her why she was alone here and why no one was helping her. She pointed at the aliens around them. Every face turned away the moment her hand moved. It was like they all refused to even look in her direction. One alien woman came close for a moment, but then stepped back as if she touched fire. She told Liam in a sharp voice, "Do not get close to that door, human. Her mother is cursed. Her body is dangerous. Anyone who tries to help her will die too." The woman pulled her child away and vanished into the crowd. The tiny girl pulled Liam's sleeve and begged him again, "Please do not open it. You will get hurt. You will get sick. They will blame me again. I do not want you to suffer because of me." Liam did not understand. Why would a whole market fear a sick woman? He knelt down again to talk to the girl. She sat on the ground now, hugging her knees. Her small body looked too thin for the cold wind. Her hair fell over her face, and she kept wiping her tears with the back of her hand like she was used to crying. "Alone, tell me what happened," Liam asked gently. "I came only to buy a cow, but I found you crying, and I cannot ignore you. Tell me the truth, please." The girl pressed her lips tightly. She looked at the closed iron door and whispered, "My mother worked at the waste pit behind the market. The poison from the pit burned her skin and entered her blood. They said she did it to herself. They said she touched something evil, but she only wanted to clean the place so other families stay safe. No healer wants to treat her because everyone fears the poison will spread." Liam looked at the door again. He felt a strange chill as if something inside was calling for help. The girl grabbed his hand again, this time stronger. "Please do not go inside, human. You are the only person who came near me today. If you get hurt, I will be alone." Again forever. Liam stood up slowly. He looked around the market. Every alien avoided his eyes. No one wanted to help the child. No one wanted to speak. No one wanted to come near the door. He felt anger rising deep inside. He came only for a cow, but fate brought him something much heavier. The girl tried to hold him back, but Liam gently freed his hand. He placed it on her head softly and said, "I am not leaving you. I am only going to see your mother. I will not let anything happen to you." She wanted to speak again, but her voice broke. Liam walked toward the iron door. The ground felt colder with every step. The wind grew quiet. The crowd watched from far, but no one dared to move closer. The girl stood behind him shaking as if her heart was tearing apart. "Please, human. Please do not open that door. You are not like them. You showed kindness. I do not want to lose you too." Liam placed his hand on the iron surface. It was warm, which felt wrong. The mother was inside, hurt, alone, dying, and still feared. Liam took a deep breath. The girl cried his name, her voice sharp with panic. He looked back at her once and whispered, "Do not fear." Then he pushed the door open, and the whole market fell silent, as if holding its breath. The iron door opened with a slow, heavy sound that felt like the breath of something old and forgotten. The air inside rushed out like a warm, painful wind, and it touched Liam's skin with a strange burning feeling. The tiny alien girl stood behind him, holding her hands over her mouth, as if she expected something terrible to happen. The moment the door moved, Liam stepped inside. The room was dark and smelled like smoke and metal. The floor had strange stains that glowed faint blue, and the walls were covered with old marks that looked like scratches from someone trying to escape or trying to warn others. The only light came from a broken lamp on the ceiling, flickering weakly like it was also tired of this place. At the center of the room he saw her, the alien mother. Woman everyone called cursed. She lay on a thin metal bed. Her skin had turned pale gray, and her arms looked burned as if poison had slipped under her skin and tried to take her life. Slowly, little by little, she did not move at first, then her chest lifted with a slow, difficult breath. Liam felt something cold travel down his spine. The girl whispered behind him, "Mom, please wake up, Mom. I brought someone, a human. No one else wanted to come. Liam is here, Mom, please hear me." The woman opened her eyes. Just a little. They were dull, almost lifeless, yet they moved toward the sound of her daughter's voice. Liam came closer. He did not fear her. He feared losing her because he knew the girl behind him had no one else in this world. He sat beside the bed and held the mother's wrist gently. It felt like touching fire and ice together. Her skin burned, yet her blood felt cold. Her pulse was weak. Her body was fighting a battle she had been losing for many days. The poison was trying to finish what it started. Liam looked around the room and saw piles of cloth doors sealed with strange signs and a bowl filled with dark liquid. He did not know what any of it meant, but he knew one thing. This was not a curse. This was sickness, real sickness. These people left her here to die alone because they feared her pain more than they feared their own shame. He spoke softly to the girl. "Your mother is alive. We still have time, but we must hurry. The poison is deep. It is not natural. It comes from something powerful, something dangerous. Tell me everything. What poisoned her? How long has she been like this?" The girl stepped inside the room finally. Even though she was shaking, she stood close to Liam as if he was the only shield she had. She said, "My mother worked near the waste pit outside the market. A strange object fell from the sky months ago. It broke open and released smoke. Everyone ran. My mother closed the pit alone to protect them. She inhaled the smoke. It touched her skin. They called it a curse, but it was their fear. Their fear killed her future." Liam clenched his hands. He felt anger like fire inside him, not at the mother, not at the girl, but at the whole market, at the whole world that abandoned a woman who risked her life for them. He asked the girl, "Has anyone tried to heal her? Has any doctor come here?" She lowered her head. "No, they said she must stay hidden. They said she is too dangerous." Liam took a deep breath. He could feel the poison in the air, the burning heat that hurt his throat. He knew staying long would weaken him too, but he could not leave the girl alone. He looked at the mother and saw her eyes open again. They followed his movements. She tried to speak. A faint whisper escaped her lips. "Save her. Do not let them hurt my daughter." Liam felt his heart twist. The mother was thinking about her child even while dying. He held her hand gently and said, "I will not let anything happen to her. I am here. I will help you, but you must stay strong." The mother closed her eyes again. Her breath slowed. The girl cried silently. Liam stood up and checked the shelves, searching for anything helpful, bandages, herbs, tools. But everything was old, everything broken. He understood now why no one came. This room was meant to hide pain, not heal. "I've turned to the girl. We must take your mother out of here. The poison is killing her faster in this room. The air is too heavy. She needs fresh air and medicine. We need to move her now." The girl stepped forward, but fear froze her feet. She whispered, "They will stop us. They said she cannot leave." Liam placed a hand on her shoulder. "They will try, but we will not stop." He moved to lift the mother carefully. Her body was light, too light, like she had lost all strength. The moment he touched her, the warm, burning pain shot through his arms, but he did not let go. The girl gasped and covered her mouth as Liam lifted her mother against his chest. Outside, the crowd waited, watching every step Liam took. Some eyes held fear, others held guilt, but none dared to move. He carried the mother out into the light, and the girl followed, gripping his shirt. Her eyes were full of hope and terror mixed together. Market fell silent. It felt like the whole world was watching as the human farmer stepped out carrying a woman everyone else had left to die. Liam stepped into the open light with the alien mother in his arms, and the whole market froze as if time itself had stopped. The mother hung limp, her breath slow, her skin burning hot against Liam's arms. The tiny alien girl hurried beside him, holding onto his shirt with both hands like she feared he would vanish if she let go. Even the wind felt silent as Liam took his first steps away from the dark room. But then the whispers began, one voice, two voices, then the whole marketplace filled with low, fearful murmurs. "The cursed woman is out. Someone stop him. Do not let the human touch her. He will bring sickness. He will bring death. But no one dared to step close. Not a single alien moved to block his path. They only watched with wide eyes. As Liam carried the woman past the empty stalls, the girl tugged his sleeve and whispered in a trembling voice, "Liam, please hurry. She looks weaker. Her breath is so slow, I cannot feel her heartbeat." Liam kept walking firm and steady, even though the heat of her poisoned skin felt like fire burning up his arms. Beneath her weight, he felt her shaking softly, as if her body was still fighting, even at the edge of death. Reached the center of the market where the healer's tent stood, a tall, colorful tent full of herbs, lights, and tools. The alien healer stood outside, arms crossed and face tight with fear. He stepped back the moment he saw Liam. "Stop. Stay away. I told everyone already. I cannot treat her. She is cursed. The poison will spread. Do not bring her near my tent." Liam walked forward anyway, his eyes sharp, his voice steady. "No one is cursed here. She is sick. She is dying, and you are a healer. Act like one." The healer shook his head. "No one can survive that poison. If I touch her, I will die. You will die too. Human, just drop her while you can." The girl stepped in front of Liam, her tiny frame shaking. She cried, "Please heal my mom, please. She saved all of you. She closed the broken pit to protect your families. If she did not go inside, first all of you would be sick now. Why will no one help her? Why?" But the healer looked away. His hands trembled like he feared even her words. Liam felt anger rising again, a fire stronger than the burning pain in his arms. He spoke to the healer. "If you will not help, then tell me what medicine she needs. Tell me something, anything." The healer swallowed hard and whispered, "She needs an antidote, something cold, something pure. The poison heats the blood too fast, but no alien medicine can fix this. We tried years ago when a man from our village touched this same poison. Nothing worked." Liam closed his eyes for a breath. He knew now only one thing could work, his own human medicine kit. He had carried it in his cart for emergencies. It was old, but still clean, still strong. He turned away from the healer and walked toward his small hover cart behind the market. The girl ran beside him, tears falling down her cheeks, her voice thin with fear. "Liam, will she live?" Liam looked at her with soft, steady eyes. "I will try. I do not know what will happen, but I will not leave her." They reached the cart. Liam laid the mother gently on soft blankets inside. The air around her shimmered with heat like her body was burning. From the poison inside, Liam opened his small medicine box. Inside were vials, needles, cloths, and clear bottles with human symbols. The girl stared with wide eyes. "What is all this?" Liam said. "Human medicine. Some of it can heal burns and poison, but it is risky for aliens." The girl grabbed his arm. "Please try. I do not care if it is risky. My mother has no time." Liam nodded. He cleaned a small vial with careful hands. He opened a bottle filled with a cold blue liquid. "This is human antidote. It slows poison, but it might shock her body too much." The girl whispered in a faint voice, "I trust you, human." Liam lifted the mother's head carefully and held it steady. He poured a few drops of the blue antidote into her mouth. Her throat moved slowly, struggling to swallow. Then her body jerked, her back arched, her arm shook. The girl screamed, "Mom, no, please do not leave me." Liam held her shoulders firm. "Stay with us. Fight this. You are stronger than this poison." The mother gasped, her eyes opened wide with fear, then with pain, then with something else. Her breath flickered like a fading candle, but then it returned. Again, another breath, a deeper one. Her skin stopped burning. Her shaking slowed. The girl covered her mouth in shock. Mom, you are breathing." Liam leaned close, listening carefully, her heartbeat faint but steady. She was fighting. She was coming back. The alien crowd watched in disbelief, whispers turning into stunned silence. The healer stepped closer, eyes wide as he saw the impossible. The human antidote was working. The little girl grabbed Liam's hand and pressed her forehead against it, her tears warm and full of hope. "Liam, she is alive. You saved her. You saved my mom." But the battle was not over. More danger was coming. Liam could feel it in The antidote slid down the mother's throat like a drop of cold lightning, and the moment it touched her chest, her whole body began to tremble. Her fingers twisted, her back arched, her breath broke into short, sharp sounds. The tiny alien girl screamed and fell to her knees beside her mother, holding her shaking hand, as if fear itself was trying to pull her away. Liam kept one hand on the mother's shoulder, steadying her body, even while the poison inside her fought back like a trapped beast. The alien crowd stepped back in terror. Some shouted warnings. Others covered their mouths, afraid the poison would leap into the air. They had never seen a human cure. They had never seen a human fight death with his own two hands. Only one person did not move: the girl. She held onto her mother's hand harder than before, whispering words that broke apart with every breath. "Mom, please, Mom, stay with me. Do not go. Do not leave me." Liam felt the mother's pulse weak, but still present. He poured another small drop of the antidote onto her tongue. The tremors grew stronger. Her body jerked so hard that the blanket slipped away. Her skin was burning hot yet turning cold at the same time. Liam knew this reaction was dangerous. He knew he was risking her life by mixing human medicine with alien blood. But he also knew doing nothing would end her life quicker. The healer stood far away, staring with shock. He whispered to the crowd, "He is insane. No one can take this much poison and survive that. Antidote will destroy her body. She cannot handle it." Liam ignored him. He kept talking softly to the mother, "Stay with us. Do not stop fighting. Your daughter needs you. She is right here. Do not let go." The mother's eyes opened a little. They were unfocused, trembling, trying to find the light, trying to hold on to something real. She whispered something, but it was too faint to hear. The girl lowered her ear to her mother's lips. "Mom, say it again. Please say it again." A single breath left the mother's mouth, soft but clear. "Save her, not me." Liam felt the words like a stab in his heart. Even at death's door, she wanted her child safe before herself. He placed a hand gently on the mother's head. "You are not leaving her. You are staying. You are fighting." Checked her pulse again. It was still faint, but slightly stronger. He saw the burned parts on her arms, changing color very slowly. The poison was retreating. It was losing its grip. The antidote was working, but her body was too weak to keep up. Liam looked at the girl and said, "We need to cool her body. The poison is heating her blood too fast. Help me bring water." The girl ran to nearby stalls, her small legs shaking. She begged for water, but the aliens hesitated. Fear held them back again, but one old alien merchant stepped forward silently and handed her a bucket without saying a word. His eyes were sad, full of guilt. The girl brought the water to Liam, who soaked a cloth and placed it on the mother's forehead. The steam rose instantly. The heat from her skin was incredible, like her body was burning from inside. Liam kept cooling her, wiped her arms, her neck, her face, slowly forcing the heat down. Minutes passed like hours. Then the mother's shaking began to slow. Her breath became deeper, steadier. Liam looked at the girl and nodded. "She is responding." The girl burst into tears of relief and rested her head on her mother's shoulder, whispering, "Mom, I am here. I am right here." The healer finally walked closer, his voice trembling. "Human, how did you do this? What is that blue medicine?" Liam looked at him, tired but calm. "It is human antidote. A strong one, only dangerous when used wrong." The healer knelt beside the mother and touched her wrist carefully. When he felt her pulse, his eyes widened. "She should be dead, but she is alive. She is really alive." The crowd murmured, some in disbelief, some in awe, some in shame for abandoning her. Liam lifted the mother's hand gently. Her fingers no longer burned. His arms were sore, but he did not care. He kept watching her breathing, watching for any sign of danger. Suddenly the mother opened her eyes fully for the first time since Liam came. Her gaze moved slowly toward her daughter, then to Liam. Her eyes filled with tears, and she raised a shaking hand, touching Liam's wrist. Her voice weak but clear. "Thank you, human. Thank you for saving my child." Liam helped her sit up slowly, supporting her back. The girl hugged her tightly, crying with joy. The mother held her daughter close, as if she never wanted to let go again. But Liam knew she was not safe yet. The poison was weakened, but not gone. They needed more care, more safety, more time, and he could feel something unsettling in the air, something that told him danger was not. Finished. The healer looked at Liam with a serious expression. Human, you may have saved her life today, but this act will bring trouble to all of us. Trouble we have feared for years. Liam looked at the girl and her mother, then at the crowd. He stood tall, ready for what came next. Whatever danger was coming, he would not leave them alone. The alien mother leaned against Liam, breathing slow and tired, but alive. Her eyes kept drifting open and closed like she was fighting sleep and pain at the same time. The tiny alien girl stayed close, holding her mother's hand with both of hers, as if she feared someone might pull her away again. Liam sat beside them, his clothes soaked with sweat and water, his arms burning from the heat that had passed into him while carrying her. But he did not move. He stayed like a guard around them. Market was silent, silent for the first time since Liam arrived. The aliens who once whispered in fear now watched with wide, confused eyes. Some looked ashamed, some looked curious, some looked afraid still, but no longer of the mother. They were afraid of the truth that had been revealed in front of them. The healer stepped forward slowly. He knelt beside Liam, still shaking from disbelief. He said, "Human, I have never seen anyone survive this poison, not even for a day, and this woman survived for weeks. How did she endure this pain?" Liam looked at the mother and said, "She endured it because she wanted to protect her daughter. That is how strong she is." The healer bowed his head low for the first time, showing respect. The mother tried to lift her hand toward him, but her strength failed. The healer caught it gently and whispered, "Forgive us. We feared what we did not understand. We called you cursed when you were the bravest among us." The mother managed a small smile, her lips trembling from weakness. The girl looked at them with confusion, wondering if she should trust these words after so many days of fear. But Liam placed a hand on her shoulder, and she leaned into him, tired from crying. Then something unexpected happened. An old merchant walked forward holding a basket of warm blankets. His hands shook, but he forced himself to come close to the mother. He placed the basket on the ground and said softly, "I should have helped you long ago. Take these, please. I am sorry." Another alien stepped forward with a tray of clean water. Someone else brought medicine from their home. Someone else brought food and glowing fruit. The whole market that once feared the woman now approached one by one with lowered heads, placing gifts around her. A silent apology, a late one, but real. The girl looked at Liam with eyes full of disbelief. She whispered, "Are they helping us now?" Liam nodded. "Yes, because they see the truth now. Your mother was never a curse. She was their protector." The healer checked the mother's pulse again and nodded with relief. "Her heartbeat is stronger. Her temperature is dropping. The antidote worked better than I imagined. But she still needs rest. She cannot stay outside for long. Her body is weak. Her spirit is strong, but she needs time." Liam agreed and said, "We need a safe place for her to recover." The market leader finally stepped out from behind the crowd. He was tall, with silver patterns on his skin showing his rank. His face was serious, but his eyes showed guilt. He walked to Liam and bowed slightly. "This is my failing. I let fear control our people. I ordered the room to be sealed. I thought it would protect us, but it only caused more pain. If you allow it, human, we want to move her to the healing hall, so she can rest properly and be cared for." Liam studied the leader for a moment. Then he looked at the mother and the girl. The mother nodded weakly, trusting the man even after everything that had happened. The girl hesitated, but when Liam placed a hand on her shoulder, she gave a small nod too. The leader raised his hand and several gentle helpers came with a soft floating stretcher. They placed the mother on it carefully, so gently that the girl felt tears in her eyes again. She walked beside the stretcher holding her mother's hand. Liam walked on her other side, keeping his eyes on everything, ready to protect them if anything felt wrong. The crowd parted for them. Every alien lowered their head as the mother passed by. Some whispered words of respect. Some stepped aside with tears in their eyes. The market that once rejected her was now guiding her toward safety inside the healing hall. The light was warm and golden. The air smelled of herbs and clean water. The helpers placed the mother on a large, soft bed. The girl climbed beside her, holding her hand tightly. The mother stroked her daughter's cheek weakly and whispered, "My brave child, you never left me." Liam stood at the foot of the bed watching them. The healer approached him again. "Human, your actions today will be remembered in this market forever. You risked your life for someone who was not your own." Liam looked at the girl, then at her mother, and said quietly, "She is not my family by blood, but she is my family now." The mother heard the words and her eyes filled with tears. The girl looked at Liam with a tremble in her voice. "You will not leave us, right?" Liam placed a hand gently on her head and said, "No, I am staying." But even in this peaceful hall, something strange lingered. In the air, a quiet warning, a shadow moving far away, a sign that this was not the final danger. Something else was coming. Something connected to the poison, something that would soon reveal itself. The healing hall grew quiet as the alien mother rested. On the soft bed, her breath slow but steady, the tiny girl sat beside her, holding her hand with gentle care while Liam stood guard near the entrance, watching every person who came close. The warm golden lights of the hall made the room feel safe. Yet Liam sensed something heavy in the air, a feeling that the danger from before had not fully left. Hours passed. Slowly the mother's strength began to return. She opened her eyes with more clarity now and looked around her. A faint smile touched her lips when she saw Liam and her daughter beside her. The girl leaned close and whispered, "Mom, you are safe now. No one will hurt you again. Liam is here. He saved you." The mother lifted her weak hand and rested it on the girl's cheek. "My brave child, you never gave up on me." Liam stepped forward, speaking softly. "You fought hard. You survived something no one believed possible. You deserve peace now." The mother's eyes softened with gratitude. "Human, you gave me more than life. You gave my daughter hope again." But before Liam could reply, the market leader entered the hall, followed by several elders. Their footsteps were slow, serious. The leader bowed deeply to the mother, to the girl, then to Liam. "Human, we are ashamed of our fear. We cannot change the past, but we want to make a better future for your family and for this market." The mother tried to sit up. The girl helped her carefully. The leader continued speaking. "The poison that touched your skin came from the object that fell from the sky. A machine from a world unknown. It still lies in the waste pit, leaking danger into our ground. If left there, it may poison our whole village. So we have closed the pit today, and we want you, human, to inspect it with us. We have seen your courage. We trust you more than we trust ourselves." Liam looked surprised but calm. "You want me to help?" The leader nodded. "Yes. You understand bravery and danger better than any of us. We cannot face this alone." The girl held Liam's arm tightly, her voice small and afraid. "Liam, you will not leave us, right?" Liam knelt beside her and said gently, "I will go see the pit, but I will come back. I promised you I would stay." The girl hugged him with all her small strength. The mother whispered, her voice soft but firm, "He is a good man, my child. He will return, and we will wait for him together." So Liam followed the leader and elders to the waste pit. Just as they said, it was sealed with heavy stones and glowing marks. The ground around it felt sick, warm, and trembling, like something alive was buried under it. The elders stood back while the leader explained, "The object has a strange core. We fear touching it. We fear breaking it. We fear everything now." Liam stepped closer, feeling the heat rising from below. He examined the marks, the cracks, the strange metal pieces scattered around. Then he spoke, "It is not alive, it is leaking energy. You must keep this place closed. No one should come near. But it will stop leaking soon. It is dying just like any broken machine." The leader sighed with relief. "You speak with certainty, human. Thank you." Liam helped them place more stones around the pit, making it safer. Then he stood up, wiped his hands, and said quietly, "I should return. They are waiting for me." When Liam returned to the healing hall, the girl ran to him with a bright smile. Her fear turned into pure relief. "You came back. Liam, I knew you would." Liam placed a hand on her head and smiled. "Yes, I promised. Did I not?" The mother looked stronger now, sitting up with support. She raised her hand toward Liam. "Human, Thank you for saving my life. Thank you for saving my daughter. Thank you for giving us a second chance. Liam shook his head softly. You saved them first. You risked your life to protect the village even when they feared you. You are stronger than any of them know. Then the market leader entered again, holding something unexpected. A strong, healthy alien cow with bright fur and large, gentle eyes. He guided it toward Liam and bowed. Human, you came here only to buy a cow, but you gave us more than we deserve. This is the best cow in our market. Take her. She is yours. No cost. Liam blinked in surprise. I did not do this for reward. The leader smiled. We know, but gratitude must be shown. Liam placed his hand on the cow's neck, feeling its warmth. Then he looked at the mother and her daughter. The girl stood beside him, whispering shyly, Liam, can we visit your farm someday? Liam nodded warmly. You both are welcome always. You are family now. The mother closed her eyes as tears of peace filled them. For the first time in many days she felt safe, truly safe. Liam helped her stand and the girl supported her other side. Together they walked out of the healing hall into the open market. The crowd stepped aside, bowing with respect. The fear once on their faces had turned into gratitude.